Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 9 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 3494. Find the minimum amount of time to brew potions. So let's read the problem statement. You are given two integer arrays. One is skill and one is mana of length n and m respectively, right? So here let's see the example number one. So skill is having length n, right? And n value is nothing but 4 here, and here mana array, right? And length is m, and here in this particular example number one, m is 4, right? So in a laboratory, n wizards, right? N wizards. So here I can say this is nothing but wizard 0, right? Wizard 1, wizard 2, and then this is nothing but wizard 3, right? So n wizards, and n is nothing but the length of skill, right? So that simply means that this skill array is nothing but it is showing the skills of all these wizards, right? And wizards, right? 4 wizards, right? So for 4 wizards, these are the skills, right? So wizard 0 skill is 1, wizard 1 skill is 5, wizard 2 skill is 2, wizard 3 skill is 4. Done. And here in a laboratory, n wizards must brew m potions in order, right? We are following a order, right? In wizards, right? First wizard 0, then wizard 1, then wizard 2, then wizard 3, right? In a laboratory, n wizards must brew m potions in order, right? And potions here, length is m, right? And m is nothing but length of mana. So I can say that this is nothing but your potion 0, right? This is nothing but potion 1, potion 2, and potion 3, right? Clear? Right? So here if you see this example, so here we have portion numbers, right? If you see 0 1 2 3, right? So 0 1 2 3, and then here we have wizards 0 1 2 3, wizard 0, wizard 1, wizard 2, wizard 3, right? And here if you see, first we have this 5, right? Portion is a 5, right? So 5 portion, this portion is going to be used by wizard 0, then wizard 1, then wizard 2, and then wizard 3. Then portion 1 is going to be used by wizard 0, wizard 1, wizard 2, wizard 3 in order. Then portion 2 is going to be used by wizard 0, 1, 2, 3. Then portion 3 is going to be used by wizard 0, 1, 2, 3, right? This is what we have to do here, right? So here if you see, in a laboratory, n wizards must brew m potions in order, one by one, right? So portion 0 by W0, W1, W2, W3. Then portion 1 by W0, W1, W2, W3. We will understand this a little bit more once we come to this particular example, right? First, let's complete this problem statement. Okay. So each portion has a mana capacity, right? So each portion has a mana capacity, right? Mana of J, and must pass through all the wizards sequentially to be brewed properly, right? So each portion has a mana capacity, mana of J, and must pass through all the wizards sequentially to be brewed properly. So each portion, so first P0 with W0, W1, W2, W3, right? That's what I was saying, right? Then the time taken by the ith wizard on the jth portion is nothing but skill of I into mana of J, right? Multiplication of two values, right? Clear? So here after this, since the brewing process is delicate, a portion must be passed to the next wizard immediately after the current wizard completes their work, right? This means the timing must be synchronized so that each wizard begins working on a portion exactly when it arrives. So let's say wizard 0 and wizard 1, right? So wizard 0 finishes brewing in time 5, right? So this wizard 1 is going to start from 5 itself, right? And then it is going to take some time, let's say 2, right? So starting from 5 only, right? So let's understand this line, okay? This particular line now. And in the end, what we have to return? We have to return the minimum amount of time required for the portions to be brewed properly, right? So now let's see how this example is working, right? How we are getting all these values, right? Okay, so let's see this from here, right? So this is nothing but your example number 1, right? So skill 1 5 2 4, and here wizard 0, wizard 1, wizard 2, and wizard 3. Done. Mana is nothing but portions, right? Portion 0 mana is 5, portion 1 mana is 1, portion 2 mana is 4, portion 3 mana is 2, right? Clear? All right, so now here we are starting from time is equal to 0, right? From here we are starting, right? Time is equal to 0 initially. So here I am going to start from 0 only, right? 0. And now how much time it is going to take this wizard for this portion to brew? So this is nothing but skill into mana multiplication, right? So 0 plus 1 into 5, right? This is what we need to do. So this is nothing but 5 only, right? Clear? This is nothing but 5. Same way, this wizard is going to start from 5 only, right? So we have to do the continuation here, right? So 5 starting from 5 only, and how much time this is going to take now? Wizard 1 for this portion 0, right? Same portion, right? Now, and we have to do in sequential order, right? And it is finishing here in 5, right? So we have to start from 5 1, right? So 5 plus, and here 5 into 5, right? 5 is mana, scale is 5. So 5 into 5, your output is 5 plus 25, that is nothing but 30, right? This is your output here, right? And same way skill 2 here, right, for wizard 2. So wizard 2 is going to start from 30, and here 5 into 2 is 10. So 30 plus 10 is nothing but 40, right? And here it is going to start from 40 plus, and here 5 into 4 is 20, right? So here this wizard 4 is going to finish in 60, right? So here if you see 5, 30, 40, 60, these values are matching, right? Let me see here. 5 starting is 0, right? T is equal to 0 we are taking, right? And then 5, 30, 40 and 60, right? Now here one thing you can do here, here wizard 4 is finishing this portion, right, complete in 60 seconds, let's say, right? Done. So now you can start from here 60, from 60 you can start, right? This complete process is taking 60, right? So from here if you take start from 60, right? So if you start from 60 here, so 1 into 1, so 1 into 1, it is going to be become 61, right? Okay, for complete brew process, right? Done. Right, now let's say if this start from 61, right? So 61 we have to start, right? And this wizard is already free, previous task is already completed by this wizard at 30, right? So here if I start from 61, right, and then after that here 1 into 5, if I do 1 into 5, so I will get nothing but 66, 67, right? 61 plus 5, 66, right? I'm getting 66, right? And same way here wizard 2, right? So here I can start from 66, right? So here see, I'm taking the max time, right? Here 60, in 60 all the wizards has already completed their task, right? In this 60, right? So we can definitely start from 60 from here, right? We can definitely start from 60 here, right? So here I'm getting 61, 66, then in 66 plus 1 into 2 is 2, so I'm getting 68, good. Then here we can start from 68 plus 1 into 4 is equal to 72, right? Done. Okay, so in this way I can also fill the values, some value here. I can start from 72 here, right? Then I try to fill out these values, then from some value I will start here, then I fill out all these values. So whatever the value that comes here, I will just simply return that as my output, right? That's what I need to do. But in the problem statement, if you see, they are asking that we need to return the minimum amount of time required for the portions to be brewed properly, right? My process is correct, but here definitely I'm going to get the some max time, not the minimum time, right? Okay, so this is bad thing, right? So we don't need to solve this problem like this, right? So like wizard 0 is done in 50, then 5, then wizard 1 done in 30, wizard 2 is done in 40, wizard 4 is done in 60, and let's start from 60 here. At t is equal to 60, let's start here. Okay, so in this way also we are going to get the correct thing, but we have to return the minimum, right? So this is not the better way. So now let me just revert all these changes. Now what else we can think of here, right? So I can do one thing here. See here, wizard 0 is finishing his work in this 5, right? So I can do one thing here, right? I can say that, hey wizard 0, you are free, right, at time is equal to 5, right? Now wizard 1 is doing his work, let him do, but you are free at 5, right? So you can start working on this portion now meanwhile, right? I can say that. So what is going to happen here, so at 5 I'm going to start, and then here how much time it is going to take for this specific portion to brew properly. So mana into scale, so 1 into 1, right? 1 into 1, 6. Okay, good. Okay, good, you finish it in 6. Now next, so now I am going to say, hey wizard 1, let's start this in 66 seconds, right? Let's start it in 6. But here this wizard 1 is going to say, hey man, what you are saying, I am already working on this one, right? And you want me to work on this one as well? No, that is not possible, right? Wizard 1 is busy here in brewing this part, right? In brewing this particular portion 0, right? So he can't start in 6, right? So this is also bad, right? This is also bad. So that simply means that I can't start from t is equal to 5 here. right? If I start from t is equal to 5, then wizard 1 is angry, right? So now what else I can think of here? So, okay, so let's see here. Let's say here I'm getting 6. Okay, so here I will say, okay, I will wait for this wizard 1. You are done in 30 now, so do one thing, you start from 30. Okay, he said, okay, yeah, let's do that. So 1 into 5, 1 into 5, so you are going to get 30 plus 5, nothing but 35, right? This is what you're going to get here, starting from 30, right? And here 1 into 5, 35. Okay, then wizard 2, I'm saying let's do one thing now. You are freeing at this 40, right? So let's start from 40 for you. Okay, and here 1 into 2, 1 into 2 is nothing but 42, right? Something like this. Now here wizard 4 is finishing at 60, so I'm saying that let's wait for your 60 to complete, and then 1 into 4, so you're going to get 64. You are going to finish this complete portion to brewed in 64. Okay, now all are happy, but there is one problem. There is one problem here, right? We are not following the sequential order, right? Here if you see, my answer is like this: 6, 35, 42, 64. But if you see the example, this is not there, right? 6, here we have 53, 58, 60, 64, right? Something like this we have, right? Okay, okay, so now that means that this is also wrong, right? This is also wrong, right? Now here, instead of this starting at like this 5 and like this, but if I start from, let's say, if I start from t is equal to 53, right? Just take this example 52. Let's say if I start from 52, let's see this example, right? If I start from t is equal to 52 here, so then here this is nothing but 52 plus 1 into this. So wizard 0, here let me write the scales. 1 is the scale, here 5 is the scale, here 2 is the scale, and here 4 is the scale, right? So 52 plus and here portions, let me write 5, 1, 4 and 2, right? So here if I start from with the t is equal to 52 here, so I'm going to get 52 plus, right? And here this one into 1, right? 1 into 1 is 1 only, so 53 I'm getting, right? So here I'm starting with 53 and 1 into 5, so 1 into 5 is 5, so 53 plus 5 is 58, right? Now here see, 53, now at 53 he is free and we are following the order as well. Now at 58 he is free, right? And he is also free, wizard 2 is also free, and at 58 I can start easily, right? And here if I add 1 into this 2, that is 60. Okay, so here if you see, wizard 2 is done by 60 and wizard 3 is also free by 60, right? So here I can start from 60 and then here 1 into 4, so I will get 64. Good, right? It's good, right? So now sequential order is there, right? Sequential order is there, and every time the previous wizard is happy, right? So if I, this answer is possible with t is equal to 53 as well, right? If I do t is equal to 53, then also this complete process is going to happen. All the wizards will be happy, but we have to turn the minimum amount of time, right? So I have to start from 52, right? But if I, can I start with 51, t is 51? So if I start with t 51, so instead of 53 we are going to get 52 here, instead of 58 we are going to get 57, instead of 60 we are going to get 59 here. Then this wizard 4 has to start from 59, but then he will be set, right? So we have to start from 60, right? So that is why 52 is the ideal choice here, right? So I hope that this part is clear why we are taking 52, right? So same thing you have to do from for here. Like if you start from t is equal to 54, all the wizards will be happy and sequential process will be there. If you take t is equal to 6 here, and then all the wizards will be happy and sequential order will be there. And in the end, you are going to get 1, 0, 1, 1, 10, right? For all the portions to be viewed by wizards in a sequential order, minimum amount of time is going to be 110. So this is what you are returning here, right? So I hope that this example is clear, how this example, how we are getting this 110, right? But now how I'm going to solve it, right? What is going to be my thought process, right? So now let's see that. Here, if you see, we have 64, right? We have 64, right? So this 64, right, it depends on two things, right? First is the sequential order from here, and this should be happy. This person, our person should be happy, right? So I can say, I can write one line here, right? I can write one line here that first wizard should be happy, should be happy, right? And he will be happy only when previous portion is completed, right? previous portion view process is completed, right? Only then wizard is happy, right? This is first thing. Second point, sequential order should be there. Sequential order should be there, right? So this value, right? This value, it depends on this and this, right? Okay, so that's what the meaning of these two lines, right? Since the brewing process is delicate, a portion must be passed to the next wizard immediately after the current wizard completes their work, right? So that's means in sequential order, right? This means the timing must be synchronized so that the wizard begins working on a portion exactly when it arrives, right? And we have to turn the minimum amount of time required for the process to be built properly. So I hope that you guys are clear with this two lines now, right? 2-3 lines. Okay, all right. So this thing, right, this question mark depends on this and this, right? So here what you can do now, how you are going to solve it then. So here, if you see, this wizard is completing his work in 60, right? And previous time we have 42, right? So among 42 and 60, which value is bigger? Tell me, which value is bigger? So definitely 60 is bigger, right, here among 42 and 60. So that simply means I have to start from 60 here. Clear? 60 and then the time taken by this one into 4, 64, right? Same way, this value, right, this value is depending on this value and this value. So among them 35 and 40, which one is bigger? 35 and 40, which one is bigger? 40 is bigger, right? So 40 plus 1 into 2, that's why we are getting this. Same way here also 6 and 30, which value is bigger? 30, and then 1 into 5 is 30 plus 5, 35, right? This is how we are feeling, right? And this is nothing but you can take this time, right? Clear? Done this part. Okay, now after this, if we do this, still we are getting like something like this: 6, 35, 42 and 64, right? This is not the order that is there in the example as of now, right? 53, 58, 60, something like that we have, right? So what I'm going to do now here, let me just erase a few things from here. Okay, so now here if you see, this value is fixed, right? Here 64 is fixed, right? 64 is fixed, right? So 64 is nothing but it is a combination of the max value from here and here, right? Whatever the max, whenever he's happy, right? So that's when we are getting 64, right? And here in this side, right? So here this this I can say this is a wizard finish time. Okay, let's say finish time of this process, right? So I can say finish of I, let's say finish of I. So this value, finish of I value, is nothing but 64, right? 64, right? Clear? And this value is 64, means 64 is nothing but the combination of 60 plus 1 into 4, right? This part you already know. 1 into 4 is nothing but the time taken right now. So 60 is nothing but 60 is the value that is coming from the previous part. I need the sequential order, right? So here if I write 60, then only I'm going to get 64 after that, right? So I can say here finish time of previous wizard, let's say finish time of wizard minus 1, right, is nothing but finish time of the wizard, right? 64 minus here in this, if I subtract 1 into 4, right? 1 into 4 is nothing but mana into this scale, right? So here mana into skill of my this wizard, W wizard, right? Okay, here I'm writing W minus 1 wizard, right? Previous wizard, right? This is nothing but my this wizard, right? So here 64 minus for this particular we have 1 into 4, so 60 nothing but the previous value, right? So I have to fill 60 here, right? Same way for this one, what I need to do here, this current value is 60, right? And 60, and here 1, right? 1 into how this 60 we are getting, right? So 64 this one, right? Here we are getting 60, right? Here I have filled 64, right? Here I filled 60. Now this 60, right? And now I want to find this value, right? So here this value is nothing but 60 minus for this 60 how much mana and skill for the current process. So 1 into 2. So 60 minus 1 into 2 is nothing but 58. So 58 is the value of this question mark, right? Same way for this one, how I'm going to write previous part is 58, right? 58 minus In this 58, what is the current the mana and the wizard? So 58 1 into 5. So 58 minus 5 is nothing, 53. So this is how we have to fill 53, 58, 60 and 64, right? So here if you see 53, 58, 60 and 64, right? So this is how we have to solve this problem, right? So when I'm going to write the code, then this will be much more clear, right? So let's write the code, let's understand. Okay, step by step, whatever I have explained, right? So I'm going to do the same thing here in the code as well. So here first thing that you have to do here is to calculate the m and n value. M is nothing but your mana dot length, right? And here n is nothing but skill dot length, right? Clear? And here, so let me add the comment as well so that you guys get better understanding. So here for this one I'm going to create this array. Let's say finish time is equal to new long n, right? And now we have to just iterate over all the portions one by one, right? So portion, here let me write int portion is equal to 0, right? So here let me add the comment as well, right? So int portion is equal to 0, portion is less than m, and here portion plus plus, right? And here the first wizard, right? The first wizard, right? Always start immediately when the portion begins. When the portion begins. All right. So here finish time of 0 is nothing but finish time of 0 plus long, and here skill of 0 into mana, and here portion, right? So I hope that this part is clear, right? The first wizard always starts immediately when the portion begins, right? So skill of 0, this is for first wizard, right? So that is why I'm writing finish time 0, right? And skill of 0 and mana portion, whatever the portion we have, right? So only portion is changing as of now, right? Then we have to calculate the finish time for the each wizard in order after this. So remaining wizard 1, 2, 3, right? 0 is already calculated, right? So here calculate finish time for each wizard in order, right? And here I'm just going to run one loop, int wizard is equal to 1, wizard is less than n, and here wizard plus plus, right? And now here current portion, immediately we have to start, right? So that simply we have to take the max, right, as a start time. So long start time is nothing but math dot max of finish time of current wizard, right, and finish time of the previous wizard minus 1, finish time of wizard minus 1, right? These two things we are dependent on, right? And then once this is done, then we have to update the finish time. Finish time of this particular wizard is nothing but start time that we have calculated above, right, plus the time taken in the current viewing process, so long, and here skill of this current wizard into the portion, right, mana of a portion, right? That's it. So this is how we are going to calculate the value, right? Now once this is done, right, so once I have filled the values, right, once I filled the values like this 6, 35, 42, 64, then we have to maintain the order as well here, right? So in order to maintain the order, so we have to do the adjustment, right? So here I'm writing adjust time backward to maintain proper synchronization, okay, between wizards, you can say. So here I'm just going to run a backward loop. So here int wizard is equal to n minus 1, wizard is greater than 0, and here wizard minus minus, and here finish time of wizard minus 1. The formula, right, is nothing but finish time of the wizard, right? Previous wizard I'm calculating, so finish time of the next wizard, and minus from this one, this particular wizard skill and mana, right? So I can simply copy this line. I can do this, right? Done. Clear this part, right? And here we are done with this, and in the end we have to just simply return the total time, right? So the total time taken is when the last wizard finishes the final portion, right? So here we have to just return finish time, and here n minus 1. That's it. Done. Let's run it again. So see, all the test cases has been started, right? So now let's submit the solution and let's see. So see, our solution is accepted, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem. And if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.